They said there had been a death in the house. Natural death is what they said. The previous owner had perished on the premises, and by law, they had to disclose that. And that's all the real estate guy would say. So we really didn't give it much thought, although the old craftsman did have something lingering in the form of taps from the walls at night. It wasn't vermin or old pipes. These were very distinct taps right behind your head. Sometimes it even sounded like Morse code. We named it Tapper and wrote it off to old houses having personalities. Tapper was just that, a dash of eerie house spice. Then came the revelation. I was in the backyard doing some yard work a few weeks after the move-in when the head of the lady next door appeared at the fence. She introduced herself and, in the manner of a neighborhood gossip, quickly brought the topic of discussion around to what happened to John. It's so sad. Yeah, he was pretty young, huh? Was it a sudden disease or something? They just told me it was natural causes. I saw her eyes light up with eagerness. Oh, she was going to be the first to tell me something good. Well, I suppose you could call it natural causes if you call hanging yourself with a rope in the garage a natural cause. Holy shit. You mean to tell me I'm the owner of a suicide garage? She gave me the rundown. It was the biggest thing to ever happen on the quiet Alameda Avenue. John's girlfriend had run into the street, screaming hysterically one morning, gesturing toward the garage, but incomprehensible. She didn't speak English, and nobody could tell if John had beat her or what the heck was going on. So everybody called 911. Fire, police, ambulances filled the street, and they found John hanging in the garage. No note. Neighbors had no idea why. His family sold the house, and we bought it through an agent and never met them, so our knowledge of John is very limited. And look, it's a sad story, but at the same time, it made those tappings a lot more sinister, malevolent, the calling of a spirit beyond the grave who was so discontent in life that he didn't find peace even in death. That's not the kind of thing you want lurking about the house. The tapping got worse, and listen, I'd been watching Ghost Adventures for advisory purposes. Ghost Adventures, that's the show where the jock guys go into the haunted houses and yell at ghosts to instigate a manifestation. Come at me, ghost, bro! You like scaring little old ladies? Why don't you try to scare a piece of me? Ghost Adventures. So, one night when the tapping seemed particularly bad, and coming from above us in the attic, inspired by Ghost Adventures, I grabbed a vacuum cleaner and went up there, shoving the suck brush around on the floor, jamming it into corners and hollering, "Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!" Bang! 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 4 gunshots rang out from down the block. It's no lie. Followed by sirens, a lot of sirens. That's the only time anyone has been murdered on my street. I've lived there nearly 9 years. That was way too creepy a coincidence. Turns out it was a drug thing gone bad, and an arrest was made and all, but still. I fucked with the ghost of the suicide guy and someone got shot. I mean, what the fuck? So now Tapper had some sort of unholy street cred and was like, yeah, at least in my book, big time spook. I dreaded the taps. Couldn't sleep after hearing them. That's when I talked to my other neighbor about my suicide garage. Yeah, that was a strange thing. John didn't seem very suicidal. He played music. He jammed with friends. His kids would come by sometimes, and I just talked to him, and he seemed fine. But the timing of it was kind of funny. Funny? How so? Well, it happened just a couple days after that actor from the Kung Fu TV show was found dead in that hotel room over in Thailand. David Carradine? Holy fucking shit, you're telling me I'm the owner of a goddamn autoerotic asphyxiation garage? Shit. So if the gunshots down the street made Tapper seem legit, this bit of information kind of stripped him of his credibility. Listen, look, it's one thing to have a disturbed soul hanging about, all racked with depression, filled with some kind of envious hate of the living. It's another thing entirely to have the spirit of an experimental masturbator lurking about. So Tapper became Tapper to Wapper, and we got a dog. The tapping slowed down and in most part have ceased. We still has crack jokes about it. We make jokes where like about going into the garage at the stroke of midnight on a full moon, and if the weather's warm and windless and traffic's light, just maybe. Listen close. You might just hear old Tapper off in the corner, gently fapping away for all eternity.